see. So sadly we were going to a ghost tour and they had no tour guide. But right now I think we're in Jamestown, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, we're in Jamestown. And,
no, we're in Williamsburg. I think that's kind of like Jamestown, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, we're going to the glass house to see how the glass was made back then in the British colonists and everything. Got some nice things. And yeah. Alright, let's go. I don't know what to expect. Look at that. That's nice.
Thank you. Oh, it's
That's so nice.
no.
I think I
take one of these.
Oh my god. Huh,
This
that's
is
nice.
cool. Look at this.
I think I might.
Oh my gosh, look, it's a water machine.
I think I might buy one.
Look.
He gets so excited for a water machine.
Stand and watch. You can see them with their
Look at that.
and then bring it over
Oh,
to the other side.
Where it said, please don't touch the glass.
Let's go watch the glass blowers, girls.
That ain't so bad. That's so cool. Alright, I'm probably going to take a picture of this, but right now I'm just going to take a quick video of how it is.
Sean, let's go around the other side so you can see it.
Alright. I'm going to take a quick picture of this and, oh wait.
As you come in, you can go to either side of the glass house. You can see from both.
Looks like there's some kind of pathway that starts, but I'm going into it. People. Oh, look at that. Wow. Alright, we're going to see how the glass is made, and yeah.
No, I was going to say, you know it's not recording, right? That's all. Please drop my phone. My warranty is yeah, I was like,
Oh, I want to see that happen. Ooh. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, I can't see him anymore. Oh well. I guess that was. Alright, so we're here at Williamsburg and we just came out of eating and now we're gonna do a ghost tour for an hour. And I'm just gonna film
this guy, awesome.
And here's Eli.
We're both doing vlogs. We're both doing vlogs. Let's do vlogs together.
Alright.
Yeah, we're both doing
So
vlogs.
I'm probably gonna be filming like him talking about the stories.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this is the same dude that wanted to
Yeah, I'm doing a vlog too.
He's the one
Subscribe
that's
to my channel.
He's the one that sponsored his own,
Subscribe to his
in day
channel
one.
too.
Hi, my name is Ellen10, ELLIED 110. Hi. All right. Well, let's get started with the ghost tour.
Has not yet entered into a marriage contract. You believe it? 17, and this girl's not married yet. What is the average age of marriage here in Williamsburg? 13.
Yeah.
She had your first child at the age of 15.
Oh,
Sarah's now 17. Her parents begin to wonder, is she ever going to leave the house?
no.
Well, Sarah comes home, she tells her parents that now she has met and fallen in love with 21-year-old William Roscoe. He is a lieutenant in the Continental Army. Her parents, thank God. This could be the one. Well, after a long, drawn-out romance of 6 weeks, they enter into a marriage contract, stating that I, Sarah Harrison, promise to love and marry only William Roscoe, as long as breath shall enter and leave my lungs. So help me God. He does the same. Sarah's parents, yes, thank God she's leaving. Well, Sarah's a little fickle. 3 weeks later, she's home and she tells her parents that now she's met and fallen in love with yet another man. 34-year-old Reverend James Blair, the same man who chartered the College of William and Mary. Now, her parents say, hey, you can't do this. You've already made a promise to somebody that we were actually happy with. She said, Mom, Dad, you like that guy so much? You marry him. I'm marrying this guy. They said, if you do this, we'll disinherit you. You'll get nothing from us. They said, this guy's rich. I think we'll be all right. That's when they said, if you do this, we'll have the marriage annulled, which is their God-given right. All they have to do is go down to the Capitol once a week, 5 weeks in a row, and sign a petition. If they do this, they'll have to part. She said, give it your best shot. That's when they said, if you do this, we will not allow you to be buried with us down at the Jamestown Island gravesite. Well, that hurt Sarah's feelings. But she said, fine. Mom, Dad, if you don't want me to be buried with you, I won't be. And she went ahead and she married the Reverend James Blair. When she does, William Roscoe commits suicide. This is the part where you all supposed to go, aw. You know you're a pretty disheartening group. Somebody dies and nothing out of you people. My God. We just got started. Sarah, very saddened by this. I mean, she did love the guy at one time, but hey, life does go on. She's now married to the Reverend James Blair for 5 weeks. Her parents have gone to the Capitol every week and they've signed that petition. It's now the morning of the 5th week, and they're going to sign it for the very last time. On their way to the Capitol, Sarah's mother, father, and baby sister are struck and killed by lightning. Aw. Little girl dies and still nothing, huh? It's worse than I thought. Again, Sarah very saddened by this. The Reverend James Blair realized this. He goes and he buys the very next plot, which is 7 feet away from Sarah's mother. So when Sarah dies at the age of 42, yeah, right. She's buried 7 feet away from her mother.
No.
When the Reverend James Blair dies at the age of 76, forget it. He's buried 12 inches away from Sarah, opposite side of her mother. He couldn't stand that woman. Well, she didn't like him either. Now, Sarah's mother had a favorite tree. It was the sycamore tree. And every year while she was alive, on her daughter's birthday, she planted a sycamore tree in her honor. Well, 2 years after his death, a sapling starts to grow in between his grave and Sarah's. The sapling grows into a huge sycamore tree. The roots will not touch the Reverend James Blair's grave at all, but it will cradle Sarah's grave, lift it up out of the ground, and move it 7 feet towards her mother. Ironically, this tree will be struck and killed by lightning. Workers come in, remove the tree. They put Sarah's grave back. 2 years later, in the exact same spot, here comes yet another sapling. This sapling, too, is going to grow into a huge sycamore tree. And once again, the roots will not touch the Reverend James Blair's grave at all, but it will again cradle Sarah's grave, lift it up out of the ground, and move it 7 feet towards her mother. In 1940, this tree, too, will die. Workers come in, remove the tree, left Sarah's grave where it was. There has not been a tree to grow back there since. Robert Ripley calls this the cursed tree of Jamestown. Locals around here call it the mother-in-law tree. What she couldn't do in life, she did in death. Not just once, and not even twice. You see, 13 years ago, we had a hurricane go through here. Isabel did quite a bit of damage. In fact, she almost washed Sarah's grave back out to sea. So what do? We put Sarah's grave back. And what do you think started growing in between those two graves 11 years ago?
Another sycamore there.
Another sycamore. Will Robert Ripley Jr. be visiting us here in Williamsburg anytime soon?
Nope.
Only time will tell. But one thing's for certain. The story I just told you is true. Believe it or not.
Bro.
Lodge. Is anybody staying at the lodge? We know where you're all staying. The lodge is where wealthy people stay. People that got more money than brains. Because the minimum price to stay at the lodge is $379 a night. The maximum is $1,500 a night.
No.
And the one that's the maximum is the most haunted room inside this lodge. In fact, it's one of the most haunted rooms inside Williamsburg. You can't tape this.
I can't.
You can't record it.
Okay.
Turn it off.
This is my own.
And we're going to be arming ourselves with weapons such as these. This is a smoothbore matchlock musket. A skilled musketeer can fire this weapon between 20 and 30 seconds. It has a weight of about 14 pounds, and this has an effective range of about 100 yards. Now, this is a smooth bore. That means it does not have that spiral groove inside the barrel like modern firearms do. And that means that if I'm firing at somebody on one end of a football field, I'm on the other end, I might be able to hit them 7 out of 10 times. So what you do is you aim for the center of mass to maximize that radius. But if you get hit with a 60 caliber lead ball going 600 miles an hour on any part of your body, you're not going to be fighting anymore. I'm now going to show you all the parts to this very complicated machine. That's it. That's all there is to it. Very simple machine. Now, if I'm using this in open combat, we're going to divide up the men into ranks. So here in Jamestown, we have companies of 50 men. So we're going to divide up into five companies of 10. That means the front rank fires and then withdraws to the back. The next rank steps up. They fire and they step to the back. That way, when you get back to the front again, you're primed and loaded. That way you can get off a solid volley once every 5 seconds. So you offset the lack of accuracy of this weapon with sheer volume of shot going downfield every 5 seconds. As a musketeer, I would be wearing this, a bandolier. This has all the powder and shot that I need to operate my weapon. I have a flask which contains a fast-burning fine powder which is used to prime the pan, to prime the weapon. And each of these is a charger. It's a wooden bottle that contains a pre-measured amount of powder. So I don't have to think about how much powder is going down the barrel in the heat of battle. I just pop, pour, and drop. I have a bag here which contains my shot. In this case, it will be a 60 caliber, that's 6/10 of an inch lead ball. And then, of course, the most important part of a matchlock musket isn't even attached to the musket. It is the match. This is hemp rope which has been boiled in a solution of saltpeter and lye. Today we use black powder and vinegar, so that the rope slowly smolders when you light the ends of it. So it smolders like the end of a cigarette, burns about a foot an hour. And that is going to be your ignition system. So now I'm going to demonstrate how to prime and load the weapon. Now today, the state of Virginia prefers that we do not carry around black powder in wooden containers. So as a compromise, we use paper cartridges, which musketeers themselves are going to be using about 60 years from Jamestown's time. Right on that. Very graceful. Now you pour a portion of the powder into the pan, prime it, close the pan, blow off the excess powder, cast about, pour the remainder of the powder down the barrel. And the state of Virginia also prefers we do not fire live ammunition at their museums. So instead of putting a bullet down here, I'm just going to put down the cartridge itself so that something is holding the powder against the breech. I have a scouring stick which is used to tamp it in place. Turn stick. And finally, I take one end of this rope,
Oh yeah.
blow it off, and I insert it into the serpentine, the little mechanical arm, which when I pull the trigger, oops, that's not going to work. I'm not used to this musket, this is not usually mine. When I pull the trigger, that's going to take that burning match and it's going to stick it into the pan, hopefully. This serpentine has a much tighter fit than the musket I'm accustomed to. All right, that probably. All right, that's probably going to do it. Nothing sets off gunpowder quite like sticking a burning match into it. Once again, if you don't like loud noises, I would cover your ears with your palms. Present your piece. Give. Fire. Got it.
That was awesome.
That concludes this musket demonstration. If you have any questions, I am at your service.
Yeah, for real.